George Jackson was killed as he broke and ran outside the adjustment center.
Well, I could die tomorrow, but there'll be 200 or 300 people to take my place.
This is one black man they're not going to murder and sweep under the rug, unless they murder me too.
Today we present The Struggle Inside, the anniversary of the murder of George Jackson, a program about the origins of the modern anti-prison movement. My name is Jonathan Jackson Jr. In 1960, at the age of 18, George Jackson was accused of stealing $70 from a gas station near Los Angeles. Though there was evidence of his innocence, his court-appointed lawyer maintained that because Jackson had a record, 2 instances of petty crime, he should plead guilty in exchange for a light sentence in the county jail. He did, and instead received an indeterminate sentence of 1 year to life. Jackson spent the next 10 years in prison, 7.5 of them in solitary confinement. Instead of succumbing to the dehumanization of prison existence, he transformed himself into the leading theoretician of the prison movement and a brilliant writer. On January 16, 1969, a few days after a prison guard shot and killed 3 black Soledad inmates, another guard was found beaten to death.
Soledad was a real intense place.
David Johnson, prison activist and former prisoner.
There had been a lot of killings in the hole. Most of the killings that had taken place, they were either racial killings, and there was a couple of instances where guards had tear gassed and killed inmates. The tension there was real high. The assassinations on the yards of W.L. Nolan, Alvin Miller, and Cleveland Edwards triggered this whole upheaval in the California penal system.
The 3, who became known as the Soledad brothers, were brought in chains and shackles to 2 secret hearings in Salinas County, and so commenced one of the most extensive legal defenses in U.S. history. The Soledad brothers were charged with murder, not because there was any substantial evidence of their guilt, but because they had been identified as black militants by the prison authorities. If convicted, they would face a mandatory death sentence.
Notice had to be served on the Department of Correction that you just cannot wantonly kill black people without some type of response. Adhere to Malcolm X's philosophy, there's nothing wrong with self-defense. When those brothers got killed on the yard, the courts ruled that it was justifiable homicide. What alternative do you have as a group?
The Soledad brothers' case emerged as a focal point for a growing movement demanding changes within California prisons. It was a time when the American status quo was shaken by black rebellion in more than 100 cities, as well as the MAPS movement against the Vietnam War.
These ideas were developed against the backdrop of progressive revolutions transforming the globe.
Angela Davis.
The struggles of the Vietnamese people, for example. The fact that increasing numbers of countries in Africa were achieving their independence. We were part of a global revolution. There was no question about the importance of making those connections and building those bridges.
The prison was our battleground, or battlefield.
David Johnson.
It wasn't in isolation with what was taking place outside, because as people start to raise their voices about civil rights violations and human rights violations, then brothers inside, through civil litigation, through protests, strikes, and stuff like that, fought to gain their civil rights and human rights.
On August 7, 1970, just a short time after George Jackson was transferred to San Quentin Prison, the Soledad brothers' case was catapulted to the forefront of national news when George's brother, Jonathan, a 17-year-old high school student in Pasadena, led a raid on the Marin County Courthouse with a satchel full of handguns, an assault rifle, and a shotgun hidden under his coat. Educated as a political revolutionary by his brother, Jonathan invaded the court during a hearing for 3 San Quentin inmates, not including his brother, and hence with a satchel full of handguns, an assault rifle, and a shotgun hidden under his coat. Just a short time after George Jackson was transferred to San Quentin Prison, The Soledad brothers' case was catapulted to the forefront of national news when George's brother, Jonathan, a 17-year-old high school student in Pasadena, led a raid on the Marin County Courthouse with a satchel full of handguns, an assault rifle, and a shotgun hidden under his coat. Educated as a political revolutionary by his brother, Jonathan invaded the court during a hearing for 3 San Quentin inmates, not including his brother, and invaded the court during inmates with a satchel full of handguns, an assault Pasadena, led a...
Look at this brother right here. Jonathan Jackson, my cousin, ran into the courthouse trying to free his brother George Jackson. Ran into the courthouse with this crazy looking rifle. He's only 17 years old, a 17-year-old straight fucking vicious, my cousin, straight revolutionary, straight real brother, trying to free his brother out of jail, knowing that his brother was in jail for nothing. He was only just a revolution. He was only just trying to, you know, liberate his community, trying to just, you know, trying to do the right thing. And he was in jail for, you know, for nothing. It was injustice, and he was trying to free his brother because, you know, he was dealing with a case of injustice. And so that's why he went to try to free his brother, and he ran in there with his big, nasty, crazy, old school rifle right here. I don't know what this is, but it's gangster. Okay, it's my cousin right there, Jonathan, with the afro, chilling, and right beside him is another brother with his handgun. Let's hear the rest of this. I just want to get this picture right here. This is gangster. That's my cousin, 17 years old. This is August 7th, 1967 or 77. Well, let's go into it, you guys. That's where I can roll before my damn battery run out. Yeah.
Raid on the Marin County Courthouse with a educated Jonathan, a 17-year-old high school student in Pasadena, led a raid on the Marin County Courthouse with a satchel full of handguns, an assault rifle, and a shotgun hidden under his coat. Educated as a political revolutionary by his brother, Jonathan invaded the court during a hearing for 3 San Quentin inmates, not including his brother, and handed them weapons. As Jonathan left the courthouse, leading the 3 prisoners and 5 hostages, including the judge, he demanded that the Soledad brothers be released. Prison guards and other authorities opened fire on the escape van, killing Jonathan Jackson, William Christmas, James McLean, and the judge. Only one black prisoner, Rochelle McGee, survived what has become known as the Marin County Rebellion. Rochelle McGee.
This is one of the reasons I fight so hard and fight back, and will continue to do so.
Jonathan Jackson, William Christmas, James McLean, and the judge. Only one black prisoner, Rochelle McGee, survived what has become known as the Marin County Rebellion.
The Marin County Rebellion, that's what it was
Rochelle
called.
McGee.
This is one of the reasons I fight so
Rochelle
hard.
McGee, he survived. He survived.
And will continue to do so.
That
with the belief that I've always had. As long as you fight, nobody know how the fight
Marin County Rebellion. This is the survivor, the last soldier that survived that shootout in the courthouse.
I also believe that one man
survived
can make a difference if he's sincere.
Let's go back.
Of Jonathan, George wrote, he was
can make a difference if he's sincere. As long as you fight.
Jonathan Jackson, William Christmas, invaded the court. Jonathan left the courthouse, and the judge. Only one black prisoner, Rochelle McGee, survived what has become known as the Marin County Rebellion. Rochelle McGee.
This is one of the reasons I fight so hard and fight back, and will continue to do so. With the belief that I've always had. As long as you fight, nobody know how the fight gonna come out. It's a possibility I might win, but I know if I stop, I cannot win. I also believe that one man one man can make a difference if he's sincere.
Of Jonathan, George wrote, "He was free for a while. I guess that's more than most of us can expect."
That's my cousin right there,
George
boy.
Jackson,
Jonathan
reported
Jackson,
in San Quentin before
17
his
years
murder.
old.
I don't think that it's fair to Jonathan Jackson. I don't think it's fair to William Christmas or to James. But
George Jackson, record.
My bad if I was talking over that. Let's go back.
Of Jonathan, George wrote, "He was free for a while. I guess that's more than most of us can expect." George Jackson, recorded in San Quentin before his murder.
I don't think that it's fair to Jonathan Jackson. I don't think it's fair to William Christmas or to James McLean or Brother McGee. I don't think it's fair at all to try to bury those brothers' examples.
And, you know, Jonathan sacrificed his life for the cause of freeing his brother and all of those who were unjustly imprisoned.
There wasn't one thing that could stop those brothers from attaining what they started out to do. I think it was well thought out. The mistake was in underestimating the viciousness of the prison guards.
Rochelle McGee, prison activist and jailhouse lawyer, still in prison for his political resistance.
Slavery is something that is being practiced by the system under the color of law. Slavery 400 years ago, slavery today. It's the same, but with a new name. They're making millions and millions of dollars off of enslaving blacks, poor whites, and others daily. Peoples who don't even know that they're being railroaded.
Ain't that the truth, Ruth? That's Rochelle.
George Jackson.
The only way the oppressor can maintain his position is by fostering, nurturing, building contempt for the oppressed. The brutality really leads to more resistance, and that's what we're working for, revolution. The institutions that buttress the establishment have to be assaulted.
Hugo Pinnell, prison activist and leader, still in prison for his political activities and resistance.
Well, I'm a revolutionary in the sense that I believe that what the word means, to change something, you know, in a big way. There's many changes that got to happen in order for the people on the bottom, the people like black people, Latinos, and, you know, in the United States and throughout the world. I feel that there are many things that has to happen before we can get justice.
Just like in the South, the Deacons for Defense had to be formed to protect themselves from not only the police, but the attacks of the clans, as black people, you know, were in quest of securing their civil rights. So the same thing occurred here in the prison system. It culminated into a militant wing of the prison movement, and their task and responsibility was to protect their rights and lives of black prisoners at large.
We're just beginning to learn, beginning to relate to each other, learn how to function together.
George Jackson.
We are aware of the fact that the opposition uses the kill off the head principle, kill the body, and we've set up safeguards against that sort of thing. Well, I could die tomorrow, but there'll be 200 or 300 people to take my place.
A year and 2 weeks after the revolutionary takeover in Marin, the prison guards at San Quentin ruthlessly murdered George Jackson.
I've been hungry too long, I've gotten angry too often, I've been lied to and insulted too many times. They pushed me over the line. Basically, there could be no retreat. If I leave here alive, I'll leave nothing behind. They'll never count me among the broken men.
Yeah, that's my cousin, George Jackson, y'all. Real, true revolutionary, man. We call him G-Rilla. Straight up. Yeah. If y'all can see me, whoa, shit. Oh. Yeah. I'm talking shit. I'm braggadocious. Yeah, I'm bragging about, I got real revolutionary family, man. True blood, man. True blood of true revolutionaries, man. George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, those are my cousins, man. Those are my cousins. You know what I mean? That's my bloodline. Real, true gorillas, man. Real, real, real gorillas, man. Oakland, California, that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I represent for revolutionaries, man. The Black Panthers, man. BLA, Black Liberation Army, man. All those guys, man. My father, Ashanti Ali, his birthday is today, June 21st, the official first day of summer, very special. Ashanti Ali, ex Michael Jackson, because his first name was Michael, last name Jackson, ex Jackson, but he changed his name back in 1973, so his name is Ashanti Ali or Ashanti Ali. My name is Shakari Hashim Jackson. I might change the name Jackson, I might just keep it, whatever. But Shakari Hashim is huge. So those names, my names are Arabic and they're very strong. So Shakari Hashim is very strong. So anyway, Jackson is alright. I ain't mad at Jackson. So yeah, man. George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, rest in peace, y'all. You guys are true revolutionaries, and I'm proud to be, a part of y'all's same bloodline of real revolutionaries, real true people, real, liberated people, man. Just trying to see our people rise, and see our people get justice, see our people live free. That's all. That's all we want to be. That's all we want to see is our people live free. That's it. It's your boy, the real, true, and new revolutionary here on earth right now. Shaq Jackson, Shakari Hashim Jackson, or you call him Shakari Hashim Ali. Like my father, So straight up, man. Shouts out to all y'all true revolutionaries out there. Take care of your motherfucking business, man. And do right for your family. Peace. The real peace. Not this. This is separation. This is peace. Unity. Equality. We out. Lamping. Yeah.